everybody, it's Rebecca here at Why Mermaids, and welcome to my August wrap-up. Woo! I read a total of 9 things this month, 8 books, 1 graphic novel, and I had an average rating of a 3.83. I had 1 2-star read, 1 3-star read, 5 4-star reads, 1 4.5-star read, and 1 5-star read. So overall, a really good reading month, I think. Really good reading month. A wide variety of YA and adult and different genres. It was a good month. So let's get into what I read, starting with the 2. So in the month of August, I also took part in the Let's Be Mermaids ReadAthon, which took place in the middle of the month, and we read books that had a mermaid theme to them. And I did not do that well in this readathon. I think I read a total of 2 or 3 books for the challenge, not as many as I was supposed to read. I kind of failed at it, so I didn't do a wrap up because I just didn't do a very good job. And but I did read the group book, which was Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly, the first book in the Waterfire saga. And I wasn't a big fan of it at all. It was my 2-star read, like I said. I have a hard time with mermaid books. I feel like a lot of times they're underdeveloped or they're just really cheesy. And I was hoping that maybe this one would be different, but alas, it was not. I felt parts of it were just really corny and didn't make sense, and just like they were talking about like drinking tea. I'm like, but you live underwater. How are you drinking tea underwater? How does that work? And I just felt like the whole plot and the premise of it was just not really my cup of tea. So I did read it for the challenge. I wasn't a fan. So I apologize if you really like it. I really wanted to like it. I do love mermaids, but this one was just not a winner for me. The next rated book of the month was The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson, which I did give a 3-star rating. This is the first book in the Remnant Chronicles, which again I did receive from BookTube Tours from LovingDemBooks with, you know, links below if you want to know more about it. And so I read Kiss of Deception. I haven't gotten all the way through the other 2 books yet. The first one was, I kind of felt mediocre about it anyway. Like, again, it was a 3-star read. I really liked parts of it, but then other parts of it, I just felt like they were too gimmicky for me, and that was kind of like the whole purpose of it. And it was just really slow to develop, and I just had a hard time caring about it and about this world and about these characters. So I want to continue on with it. I want to know what's gonna happen, but when I picked up the second one, I just had a hard time at that moment getting back into the world, so it might be a while before I pick it up again. I do want to know what's gonna happen. Let me know if it's worth it to continue if you felt like I did about the first one. So anyway, it's cool, I get it. I see why a lot of people really like The Kiss of Deception. It just wasn't, I think I was too tired of the YA tropes at that point that I just couldn't really enjoy it. Next up are my 4-star reads, and I have 5 of them, so I'm just gonna do them in the order in which I read them because I feel like that's the easiest because there's no ranking because they're all really good. The first one is The Summer of Chasing Mermaids by Sarah Ockler. I also read this one for the Let's Be Mermaids readathon. This fit the challenge of a book with mermaid on the cover, which it has the word. And this one I really surprisingly really enjoyed. It's about this girl who can't speak, and so she's from Trinidad, Tobago, and she ends up going to the Pacific Northwest for the summer, and she kind of has to learn who she is without her voice because her voice was everything. She was a singer, she and her sister, and so it's a coming of age story. It's a summer contemporary. It's perfect for the summertime. She lives on this beach in the Northwest, and I really enjoyed it. It's a Little Mermaid retelling, you know, with the whole voice thing. I don't know what about it. It just really hit me in the feels, and I just really enjoyed it. Yeah, parts of it are like, okay, really, we're spending a really long time on this one event thing, but overall, it made me really happy, and it also really inspired me. It's a good little like contemporary inspirational book that I think it's perfect for the summer. So I really enjoyed it. 4 stars. The next 4-star read I have for you is Curioddity by Paul Jenkins. I did receive this arc from St. Martin's Press to review it, and I already made a full review of this book if you want to watch it, but it was really fun. It was really enjoyable. It's kind of like Neverwhere or Neil Gaiman meets Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore. So if that sounds intriguing to you and you want to know more, check out my non-spoilery review video and you can find out more. Next up is I Am Legend by Richard Matheson, which I borrowed from a friend, and it's kind of went around the ranks of our friend group. And this one is it's 1950s, and it is basically in a post-apocalyptic story. It's vampires, but not really vampires. And it's kind of the story of this one guy and his inner dialogue and his inner thoughts about this apocalypse, because he's the only person living. He's the only one left. And so it's his thoughts on this and like kind of his experiments. It's very introspective and it's really interesting to read. It was very short. It was only like 150 pages or something, but it's kind of dense because it does go into this like every little thought that he has, and I just found it really interesting to read. And just I really liked the take on the apocalyptic scenario with, you know, vampires. It's usually zombies, and it's very different from the movie. The movie is it's just different. Next up, I read An Age of License by Lucy Knisley, which is a graphic novel travelogue. I'd never read a travelogue before, and I really enjoyed it. It reminds me of my friend Nissa, who I went to LA with. All my LA vlogs were with her. You can check out those. And anyway, so she reminded me of her because she does this sketching and type of stuff a lot too, and kind of when we go places, she'll sketch. And it was kind of the same idea, like where Lucy would go, she would like sketch what she did that day and she would talk about it, and it was just a really interesting way of documenting her travels that she did, and it made me really want to read the rest of her stuff. I really want to pick up more of her stuff. But An Age of License is about this time in your 20s when you kind of have the license to experiment and the license to try out new things and to just kind of like try and do and go crazy, and it's okay, and experiment and figure out who you are and what you want to do. And so she's kind of going through this inner struggle, which I could definitely relate to. It's really cute. I like her comic style, her drawing style, and if you're in your 20s and you're kind of flipping around between ideas, I definitely recommend it because it was really cute and it really kind of resonated with me. And my last 4-star read was the last book I read in August, and it's Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This was my book from Book of the Month, which I just subscribed to. I'm not affiliated with them, although I would like to be, so hey, hit me up if you are and you want. Anyway, I just started Book of the Month and I really enjoyed it so far. I've only gotten the one book, but it was good. It was a good mystery. I just read Girl on the Train earlier this summer and I was kind of mediocrely impressed with it. So this one, the mystery was better, the characters were better, and it's the story of this woman, this British woman who goes on this like luxury cruise for her job, and she is a travel journalist, and there's a mystery, there's someone that goes missing, and she tries to figure it all out. So it's a good mystery. It's very creepy at times, and I thought it was really fun and a really easy way to end out the summer with a good summer read. So I already lent it to a friend, which is why I don't have it with me, because she wanted to read it, so she's borrowing it. So there you go. My 4.5-star read this month was This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, which also I lent out to that same friend, so I don't have that one here either. If it wasn't focused on me, I'm sorry. It's being weird. It was focused on my computer screen. Anyway, This Savage Song I love Victoria Schwab, or V.E. Schwab. I've read most of her stuff, but I really love her writing style and her characters, and so I pre-ordered The Savage Song and read it as soon as I could. And it's the story of monsters in this post-apocalyptic world. So again, it's like my favorite things all in one, and but it's YA this time, so it's teenagers, and they're from opposite sides of this town, basically, like the north and the south, and different takes on how they're dealing with this apocalypse, this monster apocalypse, and there's monsters again. And I really like her writing. I really liked the story. I gave it 4.5 stars, and I will continue it, because I will write anything that Victoria writes, basically. Because just keep bringing it at me. Keep throwing it at me. And finally, the last book I'm gonna talk about today is my 5-star read, my first 5-star read in a long time, not counting Harry Potter, because we don't count Harry, obviously. So yeah, first real official 5-star read in a while, and it was Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. I don't know if I said that right. I hope I said that right. I don't know. It's a Ghana name. So I'm terrible. Anyway, Homegoing has been on my radar for a while, and I got it from the library, and it's one that I'm gonna buy. Like, I absolutely loved it. It tells the story of this one family, but two branches of the same family in Ghana, and it takes place over like 400 years or something, and it's different generations, and it's just really, really, really cool. So you have one of the branches in Ghana who stays in Ghana, and you're seeing these different like tribal conflicts and the beginnings of slavery and how it's kind of impacted the culture and the different people there. And then the other branch of the family ends up getting sold into slavery into the Americas and into America, I guess. And so you see the effect of slavery on African Americans in America and all of those different things that it's led up to up until like right now. And so you're seeing all of these different perspectives, and each character is so well written and so like unique and individual, yet there are so many of them. So each chapter is a different character, and it alternates between the two families, and it goes forward in time. So it's a really cool storytelling approach. I love kind of interweaving narratives and how things are connected like that. And I just absolutely loved it. I was moved by it. I was inspired by it. I think it's her debut novel as well, which just astounds me. So I definitely recommend it. It was beautiful, and I just loved it. Well, that is my reading wrap up for the month of August. Summer is over. School is back in session, so my reading will probably take a plunge, unfortunately, but hey, that's a pretty good way to end out the summer with 9 books, so I'm impressed with myself. Anyway, so let me know if you've read any of these, what your thoughts are on them, and what your favorite book was that you read in August, and that's it for me today. I'll see you next time.